Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here for Don't Slack, Learn Slack workshop. My name is Isabel. I'm the tech trainer at East Brunswick Public Library, and I welcome you to learn a little bit more about Slack and how is it used. So for now, just get comfortable and make sure your devices are working and your audio is working. And if you want to ask questions, and please ask questions, the chat, either if you are on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube, use the chat to ask questions. I have placed the handout for all of you to see, and it should be either in the comment section or the chat section, or if you're in YouTube. So I'm going to put it at it again so you all can see it, and you can see it. I'm going to show you the screen so you know how it looks like. So this is our handout or class material, and you should be able to find it on the comments, or if you So we're going to start in a little bit. Please use this time to open the handout and find it on your comment sections. And we're going to start in a little bit. And I just want to show you, we're going to be talking today about Slack. And Slack is one of these new apps that we're going to be using a lot in the coming years if you're working remotely, or even if you're working with a team that's partially remote, or even if you are not remote, but you might be also using Slack. So right now on the screen, you can see a preview of our Slack demo. So this is a Slack demo that I had created. And let me just delete that. So if you have access to the Slack demo, just don't write on this yet, as this is it's going to be shared on the internet, and this is also only a demo. I'm going to delete this in a little bit after the class, or maybe tomorrow, but this is the demo, and I'm going to let you know how you can all access this demo app. And it's called a workspace, and it's called here is a Slack demo app, and you can test it. So the handout is going to look like this. It's also called a Padlet, and you can click and find information and more resources that I hope that help you understand and learn a little bit how to use Slack and why we're talking about Slack. And so if you find the handout, you're gonna click here, for example, on this demo. And this is the Slack web has a demo. So I'm gonna show you a little bit about that demo. And you can also go to your handout and click on it, and you're gonna get the same website. So Slack works well for businesses that need collaboration tools. And Slack is a communication tool like WhatsApp, the WhatsApp Messenger, or the phone texting, but instead of sharing pictures and messages with friends and family, Slack uses the same features found in WhatsApp and other chat services that have made them so popular to propel communication among teams. Slack is good for teams working on site remotely. Slack allows teams to meet virtually, discuss topics, and get instant feedback to their comments and opinion, forward documents and pictures, and much more. And Slack is especially used in companies work with computer code, so computer programmers can share code with others and learn quickly and easily to get comments and contribution instantly. Slack allows users to communicate and share file, message, calendar, event, and so much more to stay in contact. Slack is also used in organizations so that people can discuss their day and also share like water cooler talk that at this moment, because maybe some of us don't have that water cooler anymore working, we can use Slack to talk to each other in real time, building rapport and also building a community with our team. So the chatting part of Slack, users can get answers to questions immediately without waiting for a phone call or writing a long lengthy message on email and waiting for the reply, and maybe the email get lost in between or the message never get heard. So Slack has the ability to get instant notification, and you can establish a feedback and report right away with a and Slack does not have a high level of technicality, so everybody can learn how to use it, especially if you are familiar with similar apps like WhatsApp or texting. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with texting with their family or friends, and Slack is just a version like that, but for work. So when messages is sent to you or your name is mentioned on Slack, you get a notification, which it sounds, I don't know if you can hear it. I don't think you can hear, but it sounds like a, a door knocking. And also the other cool things about it is that it's searchable. So you can go on a Slack and search information. So if you know that somebody sent you an email about a message about a date or a meeting, or somebody agree to do a task, you can search it on the search box. The Slack, you can start for free, and then as your team grows, you might find that you will need more features. And the first time in getting started with Slack, to choose which email address and also how you're going to call your workspace that you want to use. If it's for a corporate account, the administrator should be a trusted employee in a business account use. If this is a business server, using business domain emails will ensure that the server can be recovered if the employee leaves the company, similar of how companies deal with emails. And emails administrators can redirect emails from the original server. So if an employee leaves, all that information remains in Slack and can be recovered, archived, and processed according to your rules. But also you can use Slack for your own clubs. You can create a Slack for your company, your classes, if you teach a college or another professional level, for community, study groups, etc. So anybody can start a free version of Slack. So to start with creating a Slack account, the first thing you can go here to click here where it says getting started with Slack on the handout. And then this little tutorial is going to take you to the steps on how to create an account on Slack. You only need to define your email, what kind of email, and how you're going to call your workspace. So for example, the way I call this was Slack demo, and it gives me an address right away. And you can choose any name. Of course, if you work with a company, you might want to be mindful what the company would like to do. And also you can do it by department. you go to slack.com and follow the steps. And there is here a little tutorial about desktop, iOS, or in Android. Use your business email, type it when prompted, and then you will go this will gonna prompt you to, when you create this, it's gonna prompt you to verify your email. So you're gonna get an email like this that is going to confirm that you have joined Slack. And then it's going to give you a code, and you enter the code on Slack, and then you create, your workspace is created. And then you can invite others to join. And if you don't want to invite people right away, you can do it later. And you can do it either by issuing you can invite others, like I'm going to do it right now. You can either put their emails, but this has a limit of email. After a while, if you're on the free version, it's going to not allow anymore. But you can also copy the link, and I'm going to put it on the chat so you can also join this testing Slack workspace. And you can go there and click on the link that I put in the chat or the comments, and you can join this Slack workspace that I have created for you all to test drive it. After you created the Slack workspace, you can use a Slack on a browser, so an internet browser, without downloading anything, or you can download the app in your computer or on your mobile devices. So if you can also go here to the test drive Slack, so you can just click on the Padlet here, and you click here, and then it's gonna ask you for your email, and then it's gonna ask you, do you want your Slack in a browser or you want to download the app? So see if you can try it and try to enter on the testing Slack, so you can take a test drive what Slack is about. So when you click that link, it's going to ask you for your email, and then if you don't have a Slack account, it's going to ask you for an email, and then you enter a password, and then you click sign in, and then you're going to get the email that tells you, the website that's going to tell you whether you want to download the app or you want to stay in the browser. If you want, you can stay in the browser too. And then you're going to be inside the workspace. So if you can, go ahead and join, and it's gonna, you can test it out for today and tomorrow, and then I'm gonna delete everything. And if you want to join, you don't have to put your name. You can put, when they ask you about your name, you can put a nickname, so you don't have to put your name in public if you don't want to. So how to work with Slack? So let's review the interface. So the main interface panel is on the left window right here. And the top section of the left panel has the server name, which is Slack demo. And you can click on the drop down, and you see that's the name. And you can also choose a picture for your workspace. And then you're gonna also have the link. So this is the unique link for your workplace. So that's also, you can find your workspace given by this unique link. Also, here you're going to see some green dots. So you see here, I am here, and this is a green dot. The green dot means that I'm right now active on Slack. And then there is another person here, EVPL trainer, which is not active in Slack. So you can choose, you can see if you're working a team, you can see who is online or who is offline. Or maybe somebody maybe is on vacation and can put their status of vacation or in a meeting or busy or do not disturb. And you can talk in real time with these people that are in green, and all the information is more secure than texting or having emails. After you walk away from the computer, the green dot will turn into yellow. That means that it's been idle. And it's like determines your ability. So after 10 minutes, that you don't move the mouse, it'll detect it'll mark as an inactivity. So it'll change your ability to be offline or maybe idle. Then you're going to see here on this section, the middle section, the top left panel, you're going to see this una section called channels. Under the channels, you're going to see education, general, and random. So here you can customize what kind of maybe departments or groups or meetings or teams. And also Slack creates channels for you depending on how you set it up. So the general and random channels shows in the interface are created automatically by Slack. And whoever creates the Slack, the administrator, is going to choose what kind of channels they have. And you can choose who joins a channel. It could be a public channel like this one here. This is public, but you can also make private channels where you restrict who joins each channel. So you can use different channels to separate conversations. Under general, every person within the organization will have access to the general channel. And then each department will have its own channel. So you can create a channel for IT, one channel for HR, and so on, where those people will talk from this department will have their own conversation. And maybe only allows the people in those departments to join that channel. So the way you enter a text on a channel. So when I'm going to go here to general, and there is a text box at the bottom. And here I can write a message. And then I can type it here normal. I can also refer to the channel. So I want to refer here to the general channel. And then I'm going to click the green arrow that is going to make it send. So this means that all the message in these channels are locked and are saved, and you can scroll up and down. So for example, if you just join a new company, you got a new job, you can go to their general channel and scroll go back, scroll up, and see what are the conversations, the topic of conversation in your new job. So you can see what people are saying and how can you also help others and also contribute to the general team. Also, under the channel, the text box, you can add pictures. So you can also have here an attachment icon. So you can upload pictures from your computer. And then just click the green button as send message. And then you have a picture there. You can also put a link. You can say click check out this info. So you can click, I'm gonna get this link, copy here, and I'm gonna share to everybody on that channel, and I put the link and I just click send. And then the link preview is gonna show like that in the Slack channel. If you're using computer code, you can also use this code block to add code. And you can also copy paste information here. So for example, you can go here and maybe copy this information and paste it on the text. So as you can see, this is a really easy way to share information instantly, and it's very easy to load information. And this information is going to stay here. So everybody in the team channel is going to see it, and you can ask them to look at the channel. Anybody who needs it, and it's going to be there. And you don't have to keep sending the emails over and over. You can also book save items, and you can also pin it. You can pin it so they stay there. So everybody has to see it anytime they join the channel because it's pinned. You can also edit. So if you type something and you forgot you needed to add more, you can click right here. You choose the message you want to edit, and you're going to get this floating menu, and you can click this more action and you can edit. And then click save changes, and then it'll show for others, it'll show that you have edited. There is a note right here that says has been edited. So to mark others, that has been a change. You can also tag people. So I can say by using the @ sign, I can tag people. So I can say, it's your turn to bring snacks. And if you make a mistake, you can right click and correct the spelling. And then that person is going to get a notification in the under Slack that I pinned it, that have tagged her or tag him so to bring snacks. And also Slack, you can redirect people. Well, I told you that you were designated to bring the snacks, and it's written in Slack as this time of the day. So you can also refer people that to go to Slack to confirm the information was given at the right time and that they've been assigned task for a project. Other ways to ping people, you can also do for everybody in the channel, you can just write channel, and then you can just put notify everyone in these channels that there is pizza on the kitchen for free, so they can come and pick up the pizza. So everybody in the channel will get a notification. So if you are a member of the channel, you will get a notification that there is being free pizza. Or if you want to include everybody, you can put everyone, and that's going to notify everybody who is in the workspace. And you can also copy paste to Slack. So now everybody that belongs to this workspace will get a notification that there is pizza for free to grab. Also, you can do here, and here will notify anybody who has a green light. So yet you cannot say that they weren't notified that there was a free pizza available. You can also create channels per topic. For example, if you have a channel and you can create a channel maybe for free food, and you have to write either underscore, you cannot leave space. And this is a channel for people who like food. And you can choose to make it private or leave it open. So if I choose to make it private, I can invite who I want to. So there, this is a private channel. And you can see there is a lock. That means that this is a private. So if you won't be able, if you are not invited to this channel, you won't be able to see it. Another option to communicate with people is to do direct message or DMs. So right here at the bottom, you're going to see the choice of direct messages. So direct messages are between you and the person you're sending the email and nobody else. Nobody else can see the interaction. They are one-to-one, and you can, by sending a direct message, you can just, if you see it right here, you can just send them a message that only that person is going to see on their Slack, or you can choose from here and you can send them a message that only them can see. And Slack logs and archives all the message. And for free accounts, there is a limit how many pieces of email are going to get stored, but there is a lot. And the DMs work well for one-off conversations that don't require an entire channel of people to weigh in. You can also have different people. So you can join, you can invite, and then, so you can actually have two people conversation. So then you can also talk to up to 9 people at once. There is something called the Slack bot that you can see here. And the Slack bot is the feature, the tool that will tell you if somebody joins or somebody has left, and you can also configure for messages. And also you can program the Slack doc to remind you of event. Maybe you have a meeting coming up, so the Slack bot is gonna send you a reminder. So for maintenance wise, as your workspace age, your company grows, some of your employees will leave, and the company, so you can remove employees who are not here anymore, so they won't be able to erase, and you can archive it. So any employee that is left, you will not be able to access the workspace, the Slack workspace anymore, and you can delete or archive their messages. So we use Slack here at Esperance Public Library for our department conversations and to talk with other people in the building. And either we do it when we are on site or when we are remotely. I use the Slack app on my phone. And if you have taken one of the computer classes with me, you might have noticed that I always invite you to join Slack, and because it's a way for all people who take the tech classes to get engaged, and I actually encourage them to join Slack so we can have a conversation beyond just the virtual class. So if you're taking some of my classes, join Slack, and you are invited to ask questions even outside of the class. Most of the people that join Slack ask me questions when I'm not in class, I'm not teaching class, but it's a way to stay engaged because that helps everybody. And as the Slack it was very popular. It's been around for a while now, almost since 2013. But last year has an explosive growth due to all the people that have to go and work virtually. But before that, it was very popular, and we've been using it for like 2 or 3 years, and it really allows quick communication. For example, you can send a question when you are maybe off hours or when you don't have people around that you need to ask, and you don't need to call them or wait. They can easily send you a confirmation. And I like it for classes because people can share with me the screenshots of what they see on their own computers, or they can send me some questions about what they're working on, and I can work in real time, and it's much easier to share files. You can, if you go here to the Slack handout, there is a video tutorial here that you can watch. And we have a wonderful class at Universal Classes. I encourage you to check it out. If you have Esperance Public Library card, you can take that class for free. You just need to make an account with Universal Classes. And it's a very nice class. It teaches you everything about Slack. You can also go here with getting started with Slack. There is information here about Slack plans, how much they cost. I haven't what I have showed you, things that you can do for free, but maybe later you want to add more features or you have more employees. And here some tutorials I have added, so feel free to click on them. We have how to do direct messages, Slack tutorials, get more out of Slack, and set your availability, and all how to make Slack work for you faster, and how to search, and information here about how to use Slack and how it's being used in business. And one of the things that people like Slack a lot is because of the emojis. So you can have, if somebody asks you a question, like for example, if I share this picture of this seal, people can go and comment. You can you can add one of these emojis. And there is a ton of emojis here. So you will get here a notification, an interaction with somebody that they like what you posted. So that means if you send a message about pizza, people may be gonna say, oh, the pizza is completed. That means it's gone. But also it could be a task. You can ask, is this project completed? And you can tag a person, and that person can say, yes, it's completed. And you don't have to write a long email. You can just put a check mark, and that gives me the confirmation that it's being completed. And the other cool way to find emojis is you do column, and then you can start typing, and you can put happy, and you get an emoji, and you can do pizza, and it's gonna be another emoji. So the emojis help to transmit emotions when the text is not enough, and also to create consensus among your people, and sometimes is to also have fun. So there is a really cute video here on the handout that shows you how Slack can and emojis can be utilized to engage people. So at this point, I will, if you want to try our test drive the Slack, please click here or use the link in the chat, and you can join Slack. And then I'm gonna erase it, so maybe tomorrow afternoon, so there is no complication with anything. You can test it for a day, and then find out what it is without having to create a workspace yourself. So at this moment, any questions? If you have any questions, you can write it on the chat, or you can use my email. Okay, so thank you very much, and keep slacking, and keep learning Slack. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you very much.